Authorities on Long Island confirming their nearly 2-week-long search at the house of suspect Rex Heuermann is now over. Heuermann was arrested on July 13th after a decades-long investigation into the killings. You can see him here with investigators. He is the main suspect in 4 murders. He has pleaded not guilty to all charges. Suffolk County District Attorney Ray Tierney says he will now prosecute the case himself. And tonight, we're lucky to be joined by the DA tonight. So, District Attorney, thank you for joining Top Story. I want to start with your decision to personally prosecute this case. Why?
Thanks for having me, Tom. It was primarily came from the fact that, I met the victims while I was campaigning. I told them that we were going to give the case the best chance we could to solve it. And then I just was involved with the case through the grand jury. And, at this point, I participated in the grand jury, and, myself and a handful of assistant district attorneys in the office know the case the best. You've
seen a lot of the evidence that has come in. I know you're still gathering some evidence, but as far as what you've seen, what's come across your desk, what's the single biggest piece of evidence that you've come across?
I think it's a combination of a number of things, but the DNA evidence, I think, is, very powerful.
Okay, and then we've been seeing the video, the photos of investigators at the Heuermann home there on Long Island, the family home. You've been in the backyard, you've been inside the house. I wanted to see if you could share with us some of the stuff that has been located there or anything that's helped in your investigation.
Well, Tom, we've executed a number of search warrants in the case, including at the residence, and we've gathered a lot of evidence. We're looking for everything from tangible items of evidence to blood, biologic evidence, DNA. So we really need to just, categorize that evidence and then forensically examine it, and it's going to take some time.
There's been a lot of reporting that the victims, unfortunately, in this case, after they were killed, they were dismembered and then put in those burlap sacks. Is it your belief that he did some of these crimes and the chopping up, if you will, of these bodies at his home?
Well, there's no evidence either way to point that the murders were actually committed either in the house or outside the house. I think with regard to the DNA evidence on 2 of the bodies, there have been hairs recovered that the DNA's profiles are consistent with both the defendant, and 2 hairs are consistent with his wife.
Does that lead you to believe something happened in the house?
Well, that could be the case, or there's something called transfer DNA, where if you just live with someone, their hair and your hair could get on your person, and then if you contact with a third person, both of those hairs could come in contact with that third person. There's
been some reporting that you guys located a soundproof room inside of that house. Is that correct?
So the defendant had, close to 300 guns, a little under 300 weapons in the house, and he did have a gun safe, which was a room like a block cement room with a metal door. That was reported that it was soundproof. I don't believe it's actually soundproof.
But let me ask you, when you describe a gun safe, people think of gun safes as, maybe something with a wheel or something you open up, but that you don't necessarily walk into. You're talking about a safe so big a human could walk in there?
Yes. And I think that you would need something of that size, given the amount of weapons he had, upwards of 283 guns.
And then would multiple people fit in there? Are we talking about that kind of size where he could walk in there, essentially, theoretically, with a victim's body? Is it that big?
Potentially, but I mean, by the time we got there, the room was cluttered. So again, there's no evidence either way to say.
There have been cadaver dogs at the house that we've seen. Have the cadaver dogs found anything?
The cadaver dogs have not found anything. There were also dogs that sniff out electronic devices, and they indicated on a number of electronic devices which were recovered.
They found, were they hidden? Were these electronic devices hidden?
I mean, I think that the house was cluttered, so they were in and amongst the clutter, but they certainly assisted in the recovery of those items.
This is kind of interesting. I've never heard this. The dogs were used to recover electronic devices. I'm going to assume they were cell phones?
cell phones or smart devices, computers, laptops, the use of dogs. There's currency sniffing dogs, there's electronic device sniffing dogs, and there's cadaver dogs, just to name a few. It depends upon the training of the dog. I
want to put up for our viewers the victims who unfortunately lost their lives in this horrific serial killer case. And there's that fourth victim, right, that we're looking at right here, Maureen Barnes. I want to ask you, do you have evidence? Do you see a pattern? Is there anything you can tie Rex Heuermann to this fourth victim?
So these four women are known as the Gilgo Four, and the manner of their disappearance and their death are very strikingly similar. We started our investigation centering around these four. We took the case down a little early, because we were afraid of the investigation being public, as well as we were concerned we had safety concerns. The investigation with regard to the murder of Maureen Brainerd Barnes is continuing, and once we complete that, we'll have more comment on that.
Have you seen anything that has tied that case into the other three?
I mean, I think there are striking similarities, and we're going to let that investigation play out. And at the end of that, we'll have further comment.
Finally, there was that moment where we saw detectives, investigators arrest Rex Heuermann on the streets of Midtown Manhattan. Can you share with us those moments, what he said, and anything he said since then?
So, he was represented by counsel. So, I'm not privy to those statements, but I can tell you that at that Midtown Manhattan arrest, the defendant certainly did seem surprised.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.